Hey bestie, hi, it's Alpha, famously known as Alpha Lenny across all my other platforms. This video was meant to be posted last year, but life got in the way. It's an end of year reflection video. I was just going on about the highlights for me and everything that went well. It's a two-part video hopefully, and I will be posting the things that I also think didn't go well and the lessons that I took with me. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know how your year went and what you're planning for this new year. Happy New Year. This is my first post of the year and I'm so excited. I hope you guys enjoy this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Love you.
At the beginning of 2025, I was just having conversations with the people that are closest to me. My mom, my best friends, and we were just sharing what are our plans for the upcoming year. What is your intention? And I had one word, and I literally, everybody that knows me that I had this conversation with, I literally said that 2025 was my year to perfect. And what that meant was in 2024, the momentum was already there. There were certain things that I had already put in place. There were certain, parts that were already moving. It was just a matter of, this is what you've been practicing, go ahead and master it. This is what you've already been doing. No reinventing the wheel. Just take what works, because obviously it's been working so far. Look at the areas that need improvement, take that and run with it. And that's what I was doing. And by the end of 2024, I had already started my scholarship application. I had been in the gym for 9 months, I think. And there were so many things that already I was doing to just achieve the goals that I had set for myself when 2024 was starting. So 2025 was more like, okay, as you were, continue. And that's why first week of January, I was up in the gym. It wasn't a matter of, oh, I just got here and I'm still sore and I'm whatnot. Absolutely not. I was just like, hey, we were here last week, as you were, literally. The reason I wanted to make this video is one, for myself, because I know that I'm gonna come back to this at the end of 2026 and watch it and go like, okay, so how are we doing? You know what I mean? But again, also like I mentioned, that maybe it could be helpful for you. It's always good to reflect. You can't just be going about life and then just thinking that, oh, everything is fine. It's always good to make a stop, just pause a little bit, look to the left, look to the right. How are we looking? How are things going? When I say that 2025 was my year to perfect, I am not saying 2025 was a perfect year. Not the same thing. I know that this year really truly tested me emotionally. I think maybe in the last 5 years, this is the year that I felt like, it tested me emotionally, not just by things that were happening, but by things that had already happened that I didn't even take the time to process. But we're gonna get into that, okay? I was challenged physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. All the alleys, And there were times genuinely where I felt like I was gonna go under, like I was drowning or sinking, but here we are. It's the end of the year and I'm making this video, so all glory to God, honestly. So this video is gonna get to certain parts where I talk about some maybe deep emotions, not a pity party. Again, I'm just reflecting. I would say that this year genuinely forced me to address instead of just shove, which I realized that I do quite a lot. My best friend Aguzike, she's always on my case about this, like, I feel like you're not dealing with this. I feel like you're just saying it's okay. Literally, I will go through the most debilitating, traumatic event or whatever, and she's gonna text me the next day like, hey girl, you okay? How are you doing? And I'll be like, oh, I'm fine. Actually, I'm gonna go and da-da. She's like, can you sit down? Can you cry? And I never do that. And then everything just kind of came back to me and it was like flooding back, and that was not great. It was a disaster. So in one line, genuinely this year forced me to sit down with myself in silence and listen to my thoughts that I didn't like, and listen to my heart that was breaking, and listen to my spirit that was fading, like so many things. And I'm not even gonna cry in this video. The reason that I wore makeup, one of the reasons was so that I look good, but the other reason was so that I don't cry. Literally, when I wear makeup, it's like the tears just, no. I'm gonna start by highlighting the positives this year. What went well? And then we're gonna get to the negatives. Okay, first things first. Do you see that behind me? Yeah. Highlight of the year. I have been eyeing this scholarship forever. I remember, I think the year was 2021, if I'm not mistaken. It could have been 2021, it could have been 2020. I don't even remember. But a very close family friend She's my friend, but she's also like a friend of my mom's and my dad's, and it's a whole thing. She got the scholarship and she'd come to our place to say bye to my parents. And I walked her out and she was just telling me, oh yeah, I got the scholarship, blah, blah, blah. The following week, she was speaking at an event, and the event was like a girls empowerment career talk situation. So she was speaking at that. And I remember sitting there, I was in the audience this time around, and I was like, I'm gonna do that. I want to be like that. I want to stand up in front of girls and talk to them. I want to get a scholarship like that. So I had been eyeing that scholarship literally even before I was done with my undergrad. I kept on talking about it. If you know me and love me, you know that at some point I mentioned the scholarship. So I wanted it. I wanted it. I needed it, okay? And so every single thing I did from that moment to the time that I actually got the scholarship was just, I'm a Chevening scholar, okay? I did every single thing that I thought, that I had observed, that I had researched, that I thought was gonna get me the scholarship. And did. And did. And honestly, it was the highlight of my year. I feel blessed every single day. Even the days where school is hard, I'm like, God damn, you did that. I did that. I did that. At 23 years old, I got such a prestigious scholarship to come to the UK and study for my master's. This time next year, I will have my master's, okay? You can quote me on that. But I'm just saying, listen, I dreamt, I took it to God, and God delivered, because God is a girl dad. Period. Just on top of the scholarship, I'm here. I'm living in the UK. I'm living the dream. I've got my cute little room in a cute little flat with people from all over the world. I've got friends from all over the world. I've got friends from Norway. I've got friends from the US. I've got friends from Namibia. I've got friends. Guys, come on. It's like this. I feel like every girl at some point, every person at some point in their lives should live abroad. Like, it is such an eye-opener, such a game changer. I love it here. I'm living here. That went well. Positive. And obviously, guys, there's so much more that I'm probably not going to touch on, but I really did just try to get the main things that I really feel like stood out to me in this year. I'm grateful. There's so much to be grateful for, but these are just like tiny, tiny little, highlights. For number 2, this year, I did my best to educate myself on finances and like financial freedom and financial independence and just financial stability. I'm not saying that I'm rich, okay? But the learning, the education that I attained when it comes to money, when it comes to taxes, when it comes to investing, all of those things, saving, it just such an eye-opener. You go about life thinking you know everything. Baby, you do not. Trust me. And I think that everyone in their 20s, like, this is the time for you to be building. I don't want to be in my 30s looking back like, damn, where did all my money go? If I've had the privilege to get out of school early, get a job that pays me, I should at least try to start building a foundation now. Don't start building wealth in your 30s. Start now. Invest now. Listen to the people that are talking. It's all over the internet, guys. Research will take you places. If you hear someone saying, save this, do that, do it. Just do it. You need to have an emergency fund. You need to have a medical cover. What if, like, life is so unpredictable. What if your car breaks down? What if you get sick? What if so much can happen, okay? Life can change just like that. And I don't want to be caught in the rain, okay? So I always have me a little something for a rainy day. These are not things that I was practicing 2 years ago. 2 years ago, me would have looked at you like... And that's not to say that, like, I also lived out of lack, or like my hair was not done, or my nails were not done, or like, no. It's all about budgeting. This money is going to be put aside to take care of myself. This money is going to be put aside to be saved. And honestly, I'm so grateful for that education and having such smart people around me. My dad, he's always very like money conscious, like, please save your money. Please try and do this. Please try and do this. Because there's certain things that I want for myself moving forward. And in order to be able to achieve those things, I need to be smart about my finances. So this year, I really did try. Another thing was taking care of my body. Like, I hate feeling crappy, you guys. Every morning you're waking up, you're tired. Every night you're going to sleep, you're sore, but you've done nothing. You're not mobile. You can't move. You can't make any funny movement just to reach for something. You're in pain. Stop it. Stop it right now. You feel puffy. You have no idea what's going on with you. Sometimes your energy is spiking. Sometimes it's low. check yourself. What are you eating? Are you hydrating? How well do you sleep? How much do you work out? And guys, also misconceptions like working out is just going to the gym. It's not, okay? And I took that very seriously. I brought it in with me from 2024 and I stayed in the gym. January to December, I was locked in. On the days that I'm not going to the gym, we're gonna go for a walk. We're gonna go for a run. I was averaging at least 8,000 steps a day. I can't do 10,000, okay? I was up in the office for 8 hours. Sometimes it's just not realistic. It's not about being 100% every single day. It's just that little 1%. Some days you're 20%, some days you're 30%, some days you're 100%, some days you're 50%, right? For me, it was just like, hey, it's not how you showed up, how much you showed. It's just that you showed up. Just show up. Just do something. A little stretch in the morning for 15 minutes. It's a game changer, you guys. I stayed in the gym. My body responded. I feel good. I look good. I can wear a pair of jeans and go like, yeah, that could be you. It could be you. I'm just saying. And I think I've already mentioned some of the things that I'm gonna say in this section in the last one. But for number 4, I really invested in my mental health, in my healing. I got into therapy last year, but it was like, I'm here, but I'm not really. This year, yeah, I was serious because I started getting scared of my own thoughts. Like, what's going on? What's happening? And I've been craving just this like growing up, okay? Like this other level of maturity, not the one that the world wants, not that one, but like this, just to feel within myself like, wow, I'm growing, like I'm wiser now, I know better now. I want to be so self-aware that I know why I act the way I act, why I react the way I react, or why I speak the way I speak. You know, just there's a certain level of self-awareness that I'm trying to achieve. And so I put it into practice this year. I stayed in therapy, I journaled, I wrote in my journals, okay? I have 2 different journals and I wrote in them both. I try my best to just kind of bring out my emotions in a healthy way, put them out on a plate and look at them just to analyze, what is this? What is going on here? It's a matter of reminding myself, like, I'm done pretending that I'm okay. I really don't want to live like that, but something like this is going to show up in the negative, so just keep listening, okay? Genuinely, I had the best year. Content creation wise, like, I don't even know. Even I don't even like, I'm like, what is even happening? What is even happening? When I started this year, I was like, yeah, you know, I'm just trying to grow on social media. Da, 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 da. I gave myself my little numbers and expectations. Did I not exceed them? God, thank you. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you to you guys. I have my numbers because when the year started, I put together a little note of the followers that I started with and just to kind of update it. January 1st, I had 8,420 followers on TikTok. As of today, I have 26,000. Hello? When I started this year, I had 198 YouTube subscribers, and as of today, we have 800 or plus. And that's solid because I only actually started vlogging properly on YouTube in like October, and you guys are doing the things. I love you down. This year I worked with such good brands. I worked with Bio Oil, I worked with Malawi Sun, I worked with Standard Bank, I worked with Infinity Beauty Salon, I worked with Stitch by Stitch, and overall I made 320 videos in a year on TikTok. That's a lot of videos. That's a lot of videos. That's almost like I was posting every other. But then I remember that I took a break after my birthday for like a month. And if I had been posting, maybe I would have made 365 videos, but 320 something videos is a lot. Even on Instagram, when I started Instagram this year, I had 800 followers, I think. And as of today, I have 6,000 plus and growing. So what went well? Went well. And I love it. I love it. Congratulations to me. Yeah. Now, let's talk about my relationships in 2025 in all the aspects. How I nurtured the relationships in my life, how I was intentional about the community that surrounds me. Guys, just to say, I fell in love this year. In 2025, I fell in love and it has been going so well. I fell in love with me. I got you there, didn't I? I fell in love with myself, and it's not spoken about enough how girls are programmed, almost brainwashed to not love themselves naturally, to not have that first instinct to choose themselves naturally. I don't know where and I don't know how this era came about, but it's there. And I was living in that. It's one thing to look at yourself in the mirror, which I do, okay? To look at yourself in the mirror and go like, damn, what a babe. And I do that. I look at myself like, girl, I would marry you if I could, right? But it goes beyond the physical. It goes beyond just looking at yourself like, I love what I look like. But do you love how you feel? Do you love how you think? Do you speak to yourself in a kind way? How do you treat yourself when you think that you've made a mistake? Or how do you treat yourself based off of past mistakes? Learning how to kind of walk around that and speak to myself and actually just be with myself, like being in my company and listening to my own thoughts and just admiring myself for what I am and what I can do, my capabilities, not waiting for that outer validation, but just like, what's going on within in here? Do I love this? Yes. And then just going with that. I practiced that hard. Even on the days that it was so difficult, that I didn't feel my best emotionally, physically, everything, I was still like, girl, come on, sweetie. I love you. Let's go. Moving on the same relationships, I really did try my hardest to show up for my friends. Every year I come on the internet and I go, oh my God, I love the girlies. But oh my God, I love the girlies, you know? I love my friends bad. I love them down. If you want to talk about the same thing 50 times, let's talk about it. Let's hear it. I don't care. I'm going to be there for you because you're my friend and I love you. And I really did try to show up for people in the way that I would want to be, in a way that I would want them to show up for me. And they did. They understood the assignment because those are my girls. Those are the aunties to my kids, the kids I haven't had yet. But I love my friends. But just like putting out the love that I want to receive back, just putting it in the world, it's going to come back to me. And I did that through my friends, through my siblings, just through the people that matter. Okay? And just in the same breath with my parents as well. Not my parents as a unit, but my parents as individuals. Getting to a point where I can sit down, look at my dad and understand him, kind of even relate to him. That helps me look at him as a human being who is also doing life for the first time. And just both of us are not perfect, but trying to cultivate that relationship and like practicing that every single day, even with my mom. It's like the older I get, the closer I become with my mom as well. Like we're like friends now. You know, and honestly, it's a win for me because looking back, that never used to be the case. My parents were like a source of fear. Oh my God, the boogeyman. That's not it anymore. Like me and my parents, we go together like this. They still discipline me though, so as they should, as they should. And so I had a good year, guys.